think I have ever been this confused by a book before. I really thought this book was gonna be stupid and cringe. Well, some parts of it were stupid and cringe, but I wasn't expecting layers in it. There is so much to unpack here. I have to make at least 3 videos on this book. And in this video, I want to talk about the plot, the characters, the nuances, but without spoilers. We have a little situation here, so it's raining outside and there's thunder and lightning. I am terrified of thunder, so I might flinch while talking in the video. Please bear with me. Welcome back to my channel, Baby Dolls. I'm your unhinged book girly Eddie at your service. So hit the subscribe button and be a part of the Unhinged Book Club. So I read 50 Shades of Grey. Finally, I completed this book and I took 50 days to read this. I am a changed person after reading this book. I started to read this as a joke, but I was halfway through it when I realized it's not a joke anymore. Like, shit actually got real. I don't think I have to mention what the book is about. I think half the world population already knows what the book is about. It's about a self-made 27-year-old billionaire and a 21-year-old college student. It's a story about how these two very different people from different worlds came together. When I started reading this book, I was like, oh my god, this is so BOOKTOK. 50 Shades of Grey is the mother of BOOKTOK romances. The language, the trope, the plot devices, everything is so BOOKTOK coded. I mean, the plot itself is nothing extraordinary. It's the same old cliche romance shit, you know? But I felt like the book is more character driven than plot driven. The first thing that I want to talk about is the writing style. It was so bland. Like, some dialogues and some descriptions were literally so stupid. Like, for example, listen to this. He extends a long-fingered hand to me once I'm upright. Long-fingered. Are you serious? Like, that's so funny. It kind of reminded me of Ebenezer Scrooge. Also this. In the back of my mind, my mother's often recited warning comes to me. Never trust a man who can dance. Why? Do they like rob you of your family inheritance or something? What does that even mean? I'm sorry, BTS, I cannot stand you anymore because Anastasia's mom said I shouldn't trust men who can dance. Some of the conversations were so disjointed. Like, at one point they were talking about one thing and then they would just jump to the other with no correlation. And I would just sit there staring at my book, glitching, and I literally saw my brain cells dropping out of my brain. And since we are talking about the writing style of the book, I have to mention Inner Goddess. You guys, I never thought there'll be anything worse than Are You Lost, Baby Girl? Until I read about Anastasia's Inner Goddess. Listen to this. My very small inner goddess sways in a gentle Victoria samba. What does it even mean? Can someone please explain to me what this means? And the book is literally full of Anastasia's inner goddess. And since we are talking about disjointed writing, another very important thing that I have to mention is the misuse of the term culottes. I think that's how you pronounce it. So, long story short, Sir Grey stole Madame Steele's underwear, and Madame Steele thought that it would be a funny idea to go commando and meet Christian's parents. And this is what she said. I shall go meet his parents sans culottes. As someone who has studied history, I am flabbergasted by the use of this term here. Like, there are quite some classical references in the book, but this one is just not it. It's not acceptable. Sans culottes were literally revolutionary working class people in the French Revolution who were called sans culottes because they refused to wear knee breeches, which was worn by the aristocrats. So it was kind of like a revolutionary statement for them. It does not mean no underwear. It has literally no correlation with it. I don't know how the word even ended up here. This is absolutely ridiculous. So the writing is mostly bad, but there are some portions which are kind of nice, you know, like for example, his body bathed in the warm light cast by a solitary freestanding lamp beside the piano. With the rest of the large room in darkness, it's like he's in his own isolated little pool of light untouchable, lonely, in a bubble. So there are many portions like this which are kind of nice. So I wouldn't really say the writing is completely bad. I would say it's inconsistent. Okay, now about the actual juicy part. The character of Anastasia and Christian. And this is where the layers come in. Anastasia's descent into Christian's madness was interesting to read. I was genuinely surprised by her character. I kind of expect Anastasia to be immature and wanting to submit to Christian just because he's beautiful and attractive and manly, but she didn't. She actually asked questions. She asked the right questions and she analyzed. And you would literally feel her going through an inner turmoil when you read her inner monologues. Like, she was really questioning, is this the right thing for me? Like, she was curious of Christian, and the very reason why she initially got involved with Christian was out of her curiosity. But later she was actually questioning, like, is this the right thing for me? Or am I hurting myself? Because Christian cannot give me what I want and I cannot give Christian what he wants. And I am so happy she did not think twice before calling Christian out, and also did not cower from choosing herself. Christian, on the other hand, was a whole different breed. When I first started reading the book, I hated Christian because he seemed very manipulative to me. I was pissed, you guys. Like, I want to kick you in your balls and end your entire bloodline kind of pissed. But halfway through the book, I kind of had like a revelation, and I realized why Christian is the way he is. And maybe controlling everything was actually his defense mechanism, his coping mechanism, his trauma response. Now this needs a separate video because there is literally so much to unpack here. So I'm gonna make another video on this, but I'm gonna discuss the contract specifically. And yes, that video will have spoilers because I literally have to bring out receipts to dive deeper into the character of Christian, especially Anastasia as well, but mostly Christian. And there was actually a point where I was feeling bad for Christian, and I was feeling very petty for roasting him initially, So I don't condone his behavior because he hurt people, but I understand, like, he had his reasons. From what I understood, he didn't understand that he was actually hurting people. He just had a form of expression which made the most sense to him. And by the time I finished the book, I actually grew fondness for him because I realized that he's not a bad person, he's just deeply broken. There is one part of Christian which I actually found attractive. He gave classical references, like he was quoting Hardy, Shakespeare, and sometimes he really talked like a Victorian man. I really found it attractive. And also the fact that he gifted Anastasia first edition Thomas Hardy novel, like first edition book, you get it? And not just that, like he also listened to classical music, so yeah, that was attractive about him. Another thing which I have to mention is their email exchanges. Like, girl, that was so good, like their flirty banter. I was frothing at my mouth. I feel like there's something very sexy about saying nasty things in the most formal language. It's a shame they did not put this part, this flirty banter between them in the movie. Speaking of the movie, I was actually thinking about doing a book versus movie segment in this video itself, but I have so much to say. Like, I need to rant with every existing bone in my body. The movie, I'm gonna talk about it in another video. Like, I have so much things to say about it. So that's it for today, baby dolls. Thank you for listening to me yap about this cursed book. Actually, it's not that I hated it. I don't love it, but I don't hate it either. So thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me. Thank you for being a friend to this loner. I love you guys so much. I'll see you guys in another video. Bye. Love you. We have a little situation. Oh my god. And there was actually a point when I was feeling bad for roasting. And there is one part of Christian which I found really attractive. Like, there is nasty things.